Feeding a fire pump controller from a remote unit substation when concrete encasement is not feasible requires careful consideration of several options. Firstly, a busway system can be employed. A busway system is a prefabricated electrical distribution system that consists of insulated bus enclosed in a metal housing. It is specifically designed for high-power applications and can be installed overhead or underground. Busway systems are inherently non-combustible and meet the fire resistance requirements mandated for fire pump installations. This makes them a robust and reliable choice for ensuring a continuous power supply to the fire pump. Secondly, installing a cable tray system with fire-resistant cables is another viable approach. Cable trays provide support and protection for the electrical cables that feed the fire pump controller. Within the cable tray, fire-resistant cables, such as armored cables or cables with a fire-rated jacket, should be installed. It is crucial to ensure that the cable tray is properly isolated and ventilated to prevent overheating, which could compromise the integrity of the system and the cables. Thirdly, a conduit system with fire-resistant filler can be used. Installing a conduit system to enclose the electrical cables provides a physical barrier against fire and mechanical damage. To enhance fire protection, a fire-resistant filler should be used within the conduit. This filler provides additional insulation and prevents the spread of fire through the conduit system. The conduit system must be properly sealed and meet all fire resistance requirements as stipulated by local building codes. Fourthly, while mineral insulated RMI cable is commonly used on the load side of the fire pump controller, it can also be considered for the line side. This is contingent upon specific approval from the local authority having jurisdiction, or OJ. My cable is a non-combustible cable consisting of copper conductors insulated with magnesium oxide and enclosed in a metal sheath. Its inherent fire resistance makes it suitable for critical applications such as fire pump power supplies, but local regulations must be consulted to confirm its permissibility on the line side. Beyond the primary methods of supplying power, several additional considerations must be taken into account to ensure the safety and reliability of the installation. Sufficient spacing between conduits or cable trays is necessary to prevent overheating and to facilitate maintenance. Overcrowding of cables and conduits can lead to increased temperatures, which can degrade insulation and reduce the lifespan of the electrical system. Adequate spacing allows for proper ventilation and heat dissipation, ensuring the longevity and efficiency of the installation. Fire seal should be installed at all penetrations to maintain fire resistance. Openings in walls, floors, or ceilings where conduits or cables pass through must be properly sealed with fire-rated materials. These fire seals prevent the spread of fire and smoke from one compartment to another, maintaining the integrity of the fire-resistant barriers within the building. Labeling the electrical supply to the fire pump controller clearly and permanently is essential for identifying it as a critical power source. Clear labeling helps emergency responders and maintenance personnel quickly locate and identify the fire pump power supply, ensuring that it is not inadvertently disconnected or interfered with during emergencies or maintenance activities. Coordination with the local HA and the fire marshal is paramount to ensure that the installation complies with all applicable codes and regulations. These authorities can provide guidance on specific requirements and ensure that the installation meets the necessary safety standards. Consulting with them early in the design process can prevent costly rework and ensure a smooth and compliant installation. Considering all the options, busway systems are a preferred choice for feeding fire pump controllers from a distance due to the high power capacity, inherent fire resistance, and relative ease of installation. They offer a robust and reliable solution for ensuring a continuous power supply to the fire pump. However, the specific requirements of the installation, local codes, and the input of qualified electrical professionals must be taken into account to determine the most suitable method for this specific application. A comprehensive approach that considers all factors is crucial for ensuring a safe, reliable, and compliant fire pump power supply. The selection of the appropriate method depends on a variety of factors, including the distance between the unit substation and the fire pump controller, the available space, the local building codes, and the budget. Each method has its own advantages and disadvantages, and the best choice will depend on the specific circumstances of the installation. When using a busway system, it is important to ensure that the system is properly sized to handle the load of the fire pump. The busway system should also be installed in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions and all applicable codes. Cable trays offer a flexible and cost-effective solution for supporting and protecting electrical cables. When using cable trays, it is important to select the appropriate type of cable tray for the application. The cable tray should be sized to accommodate the cables, and it should be installed in accordance with all applicable codes. Conduit systems provide a high level of protection for electrical cables. When using a conduit system, it is important to select the appropriate type of conduit for the application. The conduit should be sized to accommodate the cables, and it should be installed in accordance with all applicable codes. MI cable is a highly reliable and fire-resistant cable that is suitable for use in a variety of applications. When using MI cable, it is important to ensure that the cable is properly installed and terminated. All connections should be made in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions and all applicable codes. Regardless of the method chosen, it is important to ensure that the installation is properly grounded. Grounding provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source, which helps to protect people and equipment from electrical shock. The grounding system should be installed in accordance with all applicable codes. In addition to the above considerations, it is also important to consider the environmental conditions in which the installation will be located. If the installation is located in a wet or corrosive environment, it is important to select materials that are resistant to corrosion. It is also important to protect the installation from physical damage. All electrical equipment should be protected from impact, abrasion, and other forms of physical damage. Regular inspections and maintenance are essential for ensuring the continued reliability of the fire pump power supply. The installation should be inspected regularly for signs of damage, corrosion, or wear. Any problems should be corrected promptly to prevent them from escalating. By following these guidelines, it is possible to safely and reliably feed a fire pump controller from a remote unit substation without concrete encasement. Remember to consult with qualified electrical professionals and the local AHJ to ensure compliance with all applicable codes and regulations. This will help to ensure the safety of the installation and the reliability of the fire pump. Furthermore, consider the long-term maintenance and accessibility of the chosen system. A system that is easy to inspect and maintain will reduce the risk of future problems and ensure that the fire pump remains operational when needed. The design of the electrical system should also take into account the potential for future expansion. If the fire pump is likely to be upgraded or replaced in the future, the electrical system should be designed to accommodate the new equipment. This can help to avoid costly modifications in the future. Finally, it is important to document the installation thoroughly. Accurate documentation will make it easier to troubleshoot problems and perform maintenance. The documentation should include detailed drawings of the electrical system, as well as a list of all the materials used in the installation. By following these recommendations, one can create a fire pump power supply that is safe, reliable, and compliant with all applicable codes and regulations. This will help to ensure that the fire pump is always ready to operate when needed, protecting lives and property from fire. The process involves a multifaceted approach, integrating careful planning, adherence to regulatory standards, and the selection of appropriate materials and methods. This comprehensive approach guarantees a robust and dependable power supply for the fire pump, a critical component in safeguarding lives and property. Always prioritize safety and compliance in every step of the installation process.